Hey everyone, this is Senor Stationery again, and today's review is a very special one. I'm gonna make a comparison of all my fine liners and a whole comparison of main brand fine liners. I hope you like it, and there is a special honorary mention which will be for Lamy Pens, the German pen maker, who no longer makes fine liners but used to make fine liners. And the other ones are are the current common offering from all the major stationers as far as the ones that I could get. There might be other brands or other makers, but those are unfortunately are not I'm not able to get them. So let's begin. Thank you, Mr. Legoman, for bringing them to us. So let's first begin with our special mention. As I said, the special mention will be for Lamy. Lamy had four fine liner pen models. They first began making fine liners in the 1970s in their catalogs. They made this really nice looking sleek pen. It's a full resin body and metal top and a metal clip, shiny chrome. Says Lamy Liner. I saw photos of this pen around 1979. By 1980s they phased out this pen, so this is a very rare but very stylish, sleek, modern looking pen. Here on the top you can see the brand. It's a black round plastic and has Lamy etched on it. There are earlier versions where they have only painted the color and have printed the logo, but this is a more newer one that has a full plastic, and the logo etched. And some earlier pens don't have Lamy liner etch, so this is like the later model as far as I've looked. This is high quality as you will expect for Lamy. Again, this was a 1970s pen. This was refillable. So if you have any Lamy Fineliner refills, which is basically just a regular Lamy roller ball with the fine liner tip, they should fit any pen, just like this one. This is all fully resin, high quality plastic, as Lamy is known for, and shots. Well shot, but this one's a little bit loose considering it's a little bit old. So this one's in the 1970s. Then in the 1980s they launched this one, the white pen, in 1982. Has Lamy, has a plastic clip, tiny dot here that lets you know this is a red ink pen, ridges. On the bottom has West Germany, so this is a very old model. This one does have a red refill. I did have still a red refill, very fine, and it can be refillable with other Lamy fine liner refills if you still have any, or you are able to find around on internet. So basically these ridges make it for a grip section. Very nice, modern, sleek pen. This was in 1982, designed by Wolfgang Fabian, the same famous designer who designed the Lamy Safari. And then in 1984, the same designer, Wolfgang Fabian, made the Lamy Black pen. This one was launched in 1984, 2 years after the white pen. This pen was around the 1980s. After that, I believe by around the 90s it was phased out. Very rare pen, very hard to find. I've been lucky to find this pen and other ones on German eBay. So it's extremely rare. Very interesting style. As you can see, it's like a full rounded design. Here on the bottom has a green dot, considering that it was green ink. Also green rectangle here and here to let you know that this is the green ink fine liner. Over here it says Lamy on the steel clip. As you can see, it's very modern. It pops around here from the center, goes all the way, has a plastic stop here to clip it. Also refillable, has the same black tip as the white pen. It's fully rigid, has a nice width to it and gripping, very comfortable to use. Very extremely rare. This pen also came with circles around here. The circles were meant to be for the rollerball version, and these rectangles were for the fine liner version. So this was a very interesting and stylish pen. Unfortunately, Lamy has already been discontinued. Even if it was designed in the 1980s, I feel this pen is still as modern and timeless for today, and it will be really nice if Lamy will bring this back. I once sent them an email asking them why they stopped making the fine liner refills or fine liners themselves, and they said that their costs were not competitive compared to the other pen makers, so they just basically stopped making fine liners, unfortunately, which is bad for some of us who really like fine tips and fine liner points. But that means that we have to look for other substitutes or hack other refills to make them fit on Lamy pens. And this was from the early 2000s. This pen has several names. It was known as the black and white pen, the gold pen, the silver pen. So as you can see, it's very odd, stylish, modern. Has a full grip with dotted grip area. Over here on the bottom, you twist to pull out the refill. This one has a larger and rare refill, the M33, which is a larger size than the regular Lamys. This refill only fits this fine liner pen, which is refillable as you can see, or the Lamy Safari. It does not fit not all rollerball pens, so you have to be very aware of that. It has a blue dot, and on the sideways you can see the blue, so this is a blue pen, and as well on the top a line, and it says Germany. So this one is more current, but it's still very rare and hard to find. And as you can see over here, when I open, you see the odd shape and the metal tip popping out. This was made until around, I believe, 2010 or a bit earlier, like maybe by around 2004 or around that time. These were phased out. There were, as I said, some called gold pen or silver pen because they had a gold ink refill or silver ink refill. So unfortunately, this is also very stylish and interesting, quirky design by Lamy, but sadly Lamy does not make fine liners anymore. I just had to make a reference to let you know that they also used to make pens, but they no longer do. So such a shame, as they make really stylish and interesting pens. But again, in this cost-conscious world, sometimes you have to let go of some segments and focus on others. So they just basically stop making fine liners after, well, several years. So since the 1970s to around the mid to early 2000s, they stopped making them. So, but you might be able to find a few refills online. That's the good thing. So much for our special mention. Now we're gonna go to the other ones. Now we go with a French pen maker and stationer, Maped. Maped launched the Graph Peps. These are extra fine 0.4 tip, which is very tiny and small, same as the Staedtler or Stabilo. This is a full plastic body, triangular shape, some ball area like little circles for gripping. Has silver printing over here. You may post capped here on top. Has the logo embossed on the clip, Maped, so it does have a pocket clip, as you can see. These are very cheap. These are made in China. These are one of the few cheapest fine liners available, but they're very stylish. I think when Maped designed this, they kind of thought of designers or children or just pretty much anyone. You know, they look like child friendly or sort of friendly or appealing to any kind of tastes, or most of them. So these are, and they're fairly recent. I think they have just like four, maybe at the most 5